Welcome back to Real Talk. It's episode 203. I'm your host, Nathan. I'm joined by the man himself, Matthew Neves, to my left. Today, we are going to be reviewing Zach Cregger's latest film, Weapons,
Weapons. I'm so glad we're talking about this movie.
because we were going to be reviewing Happy Gilmore 2. This was supposed to be the Happy Gilmore 2 episode until a few days ago.
Yep.
When I was like, everyone's talking about Weapons. I'm going to see it. And then I'll let you know, Nev, if it's worth us talking about.
Yeah.
And I left the theater and immediately in the parking lot, messaged the group and said, we're reviewing this fucking movie.
Yep.
Because I got a lot to say about it. I'm sure you do too.
Oh yeah. Holy shit, what a great turnaround change we did. Because there wasn't that much to talk about with Happy Gilmore 2.
Nah.
So
It really isn't.
I'm glad we're covering this one. I heard good things about it. In terms of its horror elements, the marketing was like really fucking good.
Fire. Yeah.
In terms of like, all these kids left one night, 2:17 a.m., never came back. Boom.
Because that's all you need to hear, right?
Yeah.
It's just a great premise. And it's just a very unique premise. So it's like when you hear that, you're really inclined to just watch the movie based on premise alone.
Yeah. Very much so. And I did not know what to expect aside from that. I was thinking like, oh, maybe this will be like Prisoners. Maybe this will be like that
Right.
type of vibe. And it's not.
Were you expecting Magnolia?
Magnolia. Wait, what? In terms of what? Like
the structure, like the
No, I didn't even expect that.
right. Like I that's what caught me off guard. I didn't know the structure of the movie. I was talking about Magnolia, like the way it's structured.
Yeah, sorry, I was
following
so
the different characters.
because I was like, in terms of tone.
No, it's not Magnolia.
I was like, I don't recall
No.
Phillip Seymour Hoffman's character doing that, but
very different in that sense.
like
but
a Pulp Fiction Magnolia,
right, from a storytelling
Okay,
perspective.
gotcha.
I mean, I knew this was Zach Cregger. I saw Barbarian.
How was that?
I love Barbarian.
Okay,
And now that you like this one, Barbarian is a guaranteed home run you're going to like.
I gotta see that. I heard Zach Cregger not from those films, but because he was a member of Whitest Kids You Know. Remember that comedy troupe?
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious. So when I heard he was directing a horror, I'm like, what the fuck? That guy? But then I thought, well, Jordan Peele, no, Key and Peele.
Sure.
Literally that type of vibe in terms of a comedic person,
Yeah.
comedic writer directing horror and it working.
And Barbarian does a bit of the same.
Oh, okay.
Traditional horror written all over the first half and then has these great comedic moments and just continues to like defy expectations in these somewhat weird ways as the movie plays out. It is awesome. I saw it in theater. It was like it's one of my favorite horror movies. It's like so good.
Do you prefer it over this movie?
I don't know if this is recency bias, but I think I like this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just from a filmmaking perspective, I think this movie's like shot so well, and there's some great dialogue in it. But just the way the story unfolds as this mystery, I think just appeals to me a little bit more than the Barbarian story.
I would say this movie falls into a category that reminds me of an interview Lynch had back in the day. Somebody asked him about his films. He was just like, are your films about patriarchy? Or are there films about this? It dives into this. And Lynch just shakes his head. He's like, no, my films are about a story.
Yeah.
Weapons feels like you could write a bunch of articles about so much going on in America, so much going on in recent times, anxiety, personal struggles. I'm going to be real. This is just a fucking entertaining ass movie. I am so fucking glad. You could look at it through that lens. But here's what. I was sad, I was scared, and I was laughing my fucking ass off. Those were the main three emotions I had during this movie, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it other than getting into every character's perspective in the story. I feel like that's the best way to handle it when it comes to a review.
Yeah, I think so too. Because that's how the story unfolds, right? We see an event happen and then we see it from a few different perspectives, which then gives us some more information and clues as the story unfolds, which I think is a really cool way to solve a mystery.
Didn't expect that at all, but it was a nice little turn of events in terms of how it was done. Before getting into it though, they had to recast the entire you heard about this.
Yes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Pedro Pascal was supposed to be in another movie this year, and he was supposed to play the lead,
The Josh Brolin
the
character.
Josh Brolin character. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't see that. I can't see that.
I can't see it either. I mean,
You wanna know why? Because Brolin in this film, and just in general, he gives off middle-aged dad, baseball coach vibes.
exactly.
Pedro Pascal does not. He's too nice.
I know.
He's too
It
nice.
would be
We
hard
already
to.
saw him in Fantastic Four as a father figure. He's that type of father.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin,
Is the tough love, but like really loves his son kind of vibe.
yeah, and you feel that every minute he's on screen,
Yeah.
every second. And because of that recast, they had to cast everyone else differently.
Right. This happened because of the strike.
Oh,
This happened because of the strike.
it was during.
So they had everybody on the shelf
Mhm.
waiting, and then Pedro Pascal was like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And then the domino effect was like pretty much everyone was gone,
Mhm.
and everybody had to be recast.
You
They
know,
brought in Josh Brolin, Julia Gardner.
yeah, exactly. Rare occasion that the entire cast was recast. Usually it's more like Marty McFly,
Right.
Eric Stoltz type shit, but they are not recasting the entire crew. This was a rare case of that. But the whole cast is fucking great.
Zero problems with
Zero problems.
anybody in this cast.
I think the highlight to me was Julie Gardner and Josh Brolin. They give really, really good performances
Yeah.
in this.
Especially Julia Gardner.
I mean, she has 2 movies out now in theaters.
Right.
This and fucking Fantastic Four. I feel like there are just some actors that, they get like the 1-2 punch in terms of big lead roles, big movies, and then they're just in everything.
Yeah.
It's like a Pedro Pascal thing.
Yeah,
Like
very much so.
7, 8 years ago, he was just known for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Now he's in every single large IP you can think of.
Right.
So I hope the best for her as well when it comes to these movies because both were great.
She crushed this role.
Yeah.
This is a very nuanced role. Hard to do because there's great like you said, there's everything. There's
Mhm.
there's every emotion. There's sad,
Yeah.
deep sadness. You feel deep sadness for her.
Absolutely.
And the movie does a good job of putting you in her shoes.
Mhm.
So like if I was this teacher and my kids disappeared and I genuinely didn't know why,
Mhm.
how the fuck would I feel? And like what a nightmare this actually is. Like
That and also the response that the community is giving her being like, "You're the one. There's gotta be something there. Why aren't you talking and stuff?" And they're
right.
targeting her. That's scary.
Right. But then you cut to Josh Brolin's perspective
Mhm.
and you understand it.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is my son. I'm doing the same shit.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same shit.
Very
you
much
know?
so. Very much so. It's a nice little, like, contrast between all these characters and stuff. Really, really awesome, but also not typical.
Not
Not
at all.
because remember that whole dream sequence Brolin had?
Love that.
I fucking love that scene because it's a great contrast of his acting ability, getting emotional, getting into that jump scare, which I reacted the same way that Josh Brolin does in the film. I'm like, "Fuck, you got me," because I was choked up, and then the fucking it hits you.
The jump scares in this movie, there's not too many of them. They're executed
They're not cheap.
to perfection.
Yeah,
Bro.
they are not cheap ones. They're not ones where it's like, "Oh," I was like, "No."
Yeah, they're not cheap. They're not never right in the moment you expect them. Like you can, as a horror fan, you kind of know when
You're
it's
waiting. You're
you know when
waiting.
it's coming, and
Yeah.
they just do such a good job of setting them up. Like
Mhm.
you said, in a scene that's that's tonally different, where you're
Yeah.
not expecting one at all, like the Josh Brolin sequence,
Mhm.
or just like being real slow with it and taking the time. It's like the fear of the unknown
Yeah.
is what's effective in horror, and they know that. So there's these long peeking shots, and the
Yeah.
way the doors open, very
Yeah.
unsettling. The way the front door opens in the house is very unsettling.
Yeah.
These are the small things that are just like that make this movie a love letter to horror as
Mhm.
well as something I've never seen before.
Yeah. I don't know if because I saw this with my buddy Ivan. We saw this like late 6, 7 o'clock showing. The theater was confused.
Yeah.
I love that.
But they were in, weren't
Oh,
they?
yeah.
You heard
Dude.
laughing, you heard gasps.
Yep. Mhm.
You saw people putting their hands up.
Yeah.
I had the same experience.
Yeah. There were times though where my buddy and I were laughing and nobody else was because I think they didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
There are moments in this, and this is not a criticism at all. I just think it's like borderline comedic horror. What I mean by that is, remember the scene where the lady gets out of the house with the knife.
I know exactly the moment you're
Get it?
talking about, and the reason I know the moment you're talking about is because it is so incredibly memorable in a
Yep.
moment where nothing really big happens.
Yeah.
But it's the way it's shot, the way it's done.
Yeah.
She walks up to the car window,
Yeah.
she stops, you're like, "Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
She's cooked."
Yeah.
And then she keeps walking, and then everybody laughs.
Yeah.
And then you hear the door open, and then
They're like,
everybody sighs.
yes.
And that is cinema.
That is cinema. That is very much cinema. I was thinking about that because I'm thinking like I'm laughing at the concept of the scene and how it's done, but I'm also scared because if I saw that in real life, no, like if I saw that in real, I'd shit my pants. I'd be like, God fucking damn, I am quivering. And that's kind of the borderline you're seeing in a lot of this movie, where it's like, yes, the concept is insane in terms of do you wanna just get into the unfolding map that this movie is giving off? Because it reminded me a lot of Long Legs, but done way, 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 way better. This
Yes.
is like Long Legs, but good.
Yeah, long legs with a little bit more thought. Like,
A little bit more thought and personality.
sure,
Let's
absolutely.
be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
'Cause the
That is a good
concept
double feature though.
Oh, weapons and long legs?
Weapons and long legs.
Dude. My buddy Matt did a double feature of this film and Naked Gun. He's like, "I didn't expect to laugh in both movies, but I did. I fucking did." I'm like, "Damn, I should have done
Yeah,
that."
some of the jokes in this movie are Naked Gun level funny. I'm not
Because
gonna
of how
lie.
fucking absurd it gets. But
Yeah.
there's also moments where I the director knew the tone of every single scene and understood it. It's not like a The Room situation where he thought he was making a serious horror film that would scare the shit out of people. Like, no.
No.
No fucking way. There is no way you have a shot where Josh Brolin is in the dream and sees a levitating AK-47 with 217 on it and being like, "Yeah, I'm taken seriously." Like, no, that's just a really cool shot.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest with ourselves. Let's have fun with filmmaking and do some really inventive, creative shit with this because it doesn't all have to be serious.
No.
You can have absurd moments, absurd framing to be exact, like Benedict Wong's character eating a lot. Like, that is just a weird little character trait that they utilize in the film to the point where the punchline is just 8 hot dogs, little dip of carrots, and all that shit. Like, I laughed when that shot happened because
Hilarious.
that was the payoff of the joke, visually speaking.
Yeah.
But there's also payoffs from a horror perspective that you
Big
see.
time. Yeah.
It's both. It's both tones. And if you can do both tones well, to me, you fucking succeeded, dude.
Absolutely. It's a hard thing to do. But yeah, as funny as this movie is, it is as scary as this
Oh,
movie
it's
is.
scary. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This movie has horror done incredibly effectively and well.
Yeah.
The the gore is super reserved, but when they do show it, you're like, "Oh, damn."
Mhm. As it should, as it should. It reminds me of, like, there's a scene in Exorcist 3 where and this is me talking about borderline comedy and horror,
Yeah.
where there's a scene he's going to a hospital full of old people, and he's just talking to one of the characters. It's a wide shot. You see a woman climbing on the ceiling as the shot's
Yes.
happening. That's absurd, but also, if I was there in real life, I'd shit my pants. I'd be super fucking scared. That's kind of what Weapons is, where it's like the concept of a lot of these moments you can look at comedically, but you could also look at it like, this is the scariest thing that would happen to me if I was Julie Garner's character.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
They do such a good job of putting you in each of these characters' shoes,
Mhm.
right? By the with the perspective shifts. It's like, what other horror movie can you care for? Do you care for this many characters?
It's hard to think of one,
It's
man.
hard, man.
Yeah, very much so. Dude, it just reminded me like Oscar Perkins, whatever. Like he did Long Legs, he did The Monkey. I'm like, this feels like a movie he wishes he could get done. You
I
know?
kind of agree with that.
Like,
Like,
every
and I
s
like both of those movies enough,
Mhm.
but to me, this is that on another level.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. I, man, like this is such a great movie. Like, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but like I think we're entering like an incredible age of horror movies, like
Mhm.
a sort of golden age. Like I think Gone or Almost Gone are the Insidiouses.
You saw the
and-
Conjuring trailer too, right? And you were just like,
the
"Ugh."
Conjuring's almost gone. Like,
Yeah.
it's on its last.
It's
you
on the
know,
last one.
on the last one. So Gone are like those movies being the big horror movies. Now we're getting movies like Bring Her Back, Barbarian, Talk to
Yeah.
Me, Long Legs. Jordan Peele stuff, what the Filippo brothers are
Yeah.
doing, what Oz Perkins is doing.
Mhm.
These guys grew up with all the classic horror. They love it,
Yeah.
and they're bringing this modern take to it, and we're getting genuinely good, interesting horror movies again. I wouldn't have called myself a horror movie fan 4 or 5 years ago.
Mhm. But now
Now I am.
yeah.
I'm I love when I hear about another one of these movies, and that's another thing. How do you hear about a lot of these movies? It's word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
These movies are relatively low budget, but the word of mouth and, like, the online presence of some of these movies are, like, as big or if not bigger than, like, Fantastic Four.
It's bigger than the superhero films.
You know what I mean? It's
Like, we talked about how the superhero genre is dying. They're like, "No, it's not. Superman and Fantastic Four,
right,
they're making money." And there's like, they're not making money. They're barely breaking even. You wanna know why? Because, like you said, you talk to a rando and they're like, "Oh, I know who's Superman. I know who Fantastic." Hey, did you see that horror film Weapons about those
right.
fucking kids? That's how this movie, dude, I'm looking at opening day box office for Weapons. Opening weekend, sorry. It made 43,000,000.
Oh my god.
That's higher expectations than they fucking expected. I can guarantee you that. Same
That's
with Long
crazy.
Legs.
It's a
Long Legs did
$38
good.
million movie.
$38 million, guys. Not 200, not 100. Even Jordan Peele's filmography, it's under 100 million, all those films that he was doing.
Right.
So, like, and they look amazing.
This is
This
what I
movie looks
mean.
good.
Oh, the cinematography in this movie, bro.
It's so good. So amazing.
It's, like, so good and, like,
Mhm.
so well executed. Like you said, every scene, they understood the tone
Mhm.
and the way it was shot added to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's even payoffs in, like, the way like, I don't know why I think about this sequence a lot, but I think about the scene where she goes into the store to buy the vodka,
Yeah.
and there's this beautiful follow cam of her going through the aisles, going to the vodka section, picking out
Mhm.
the bottle, and then leaving.
Yeah.
And then, like, later, you see her run into the same convenience store, but she's being chased, and we get a
Mhm.
very similar shot, but
Yeah.
it's a lot faster. It's
Mhm.
like we were primed for this shot already.
That was the 3rd time. Remember the
Oh,
2nd with the
right.
wife?
Yes, that's
So it's
right.
like you start with the bottle, then you start with the wife throwing the bottle, then you start with Benedict Wong fucking killing her trying to. That's perfect in terms of comedic payoff because you have the
Right.
1st, 2nd, 3rd payoff. It's
Exactly.
kind of amazing. You could look at that as like a payoff joke where it's like it just gets worse and worse for her.
Yeah. Even a little thing like that
Yeah.
has a payoff.
Mhm.
And
Damn.
that's why I think this movie executes what Longlegs really wanted to do, what maybe the monkey really wanted to do, and maybe even some of Jordan Peele's latest stuff wanted to do.
Yeah, I wanna compare it more to Long Legs, especially due to the supernatural element
Yeah,
reveal. I'd like to say that because the
it was very
supernatural,
similar, yeah.
yeah, the supernatural reveal in this is, the twist. The big twist, which, by the way, like, it's not, like, the most complex thing. I think Prisoners does a better job at handling, like, a crime type of thing
Sure.
better, but this movie is having so much more fun. Like, I'm having more fun with this type of story of, like, the aunt of the one kid being a witch and possessing his parents as well as the kids. Like, dude, fuck yeah.
Fuck
I'm for that. Don't give me that creepy doll shit at the very end, like Longlegs
right.
did. Give it to me middle way in the movie, which they do in this. They do. They reveal it from various character perspectives.
Yes.
I'm completely fine with that because you're already going into extreme witchcraft territory.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Bro, when you get into the ant, that's like that middle part of this movie where you get into the ant, you see the kid's perspective, you see the kid's routine. He's got to
Yeah.
feed his parents soup every day.
Yeah.
He's got to go feed the kids, and
Mhm.
like this kid's life is like, it's like such a real depiction of it. Is like he's scared, but he's just like doing it.
It's like borderline, fucking what's the Roald Dahl book? The Witches. You
Right.
know what I mean? Where it's just like the imagery of a child feeding the parents and stuff. It's like so absurd that I kind of chuckled at it,
Yeah.
but also I'm like, oh man, I feel bad
Like
for that
this is
kid, man.
messed up, right?
like feel so bad for him.
Right.
He's like going through so much pain and internal struggle because of that.
I
Yeah.
know, and it's like that part is so good with the aunt and everything. You almost like forget the kids are in the basement for a good bit of this movie. You're
Yeah.
like, I just this aunt is so cool. This is such a good character.
Yeah. That's the thing about the characterization of all these stories is that I would have wanted more from Julie Garner and Josh Brolin, but you get the crackhead kid, you get like you essentially get Jay from Jay and Silent Bob in 2025 in this movie, and
Yeah,
he's so good.
I love it.
The fact that he's the first one to find out about the kids in situation, he's just like, "Hey, I heard about the 50 grand reward." He don't give a shit
I know
about.
they're just standing in this basement. I'm telling you, they're all just
I was laughing so hard because I'm like, "Oh, he ain't gonna make it. He
Yeah.
ain't gonna fucking make it, dude." The cop, oh, dude, the
Wha-
cop, what a piece of shit character,
What a
man.
piece of shit.
Love it.
But what a good character too,
No,
right?
that's what I mean. It's like he's the type of character you see what he's going through and stuff. And he's just like a shithead. The more you see his perspective, you're like, God damn, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, right. Because at first you see like Julia Gardner's perspective,
Yeah.
and then you're
Looks
like,
like he's helping her.
right. It looks like he showed up because he felt bad for her,
Yeah.
and it's like the bar scene plays out in this way where you're like, he's worried about her. It's awkward. He doesn't
Yeah.
have the words to say.
Exactly. He's nervous, but also wants to care for
Right.
her.
He still cares for her and has some sort of
Yeah.
feeling for her. So he was there to support her. And then you get his perspective and he's like, oh,
No,
you're a piece of dog shit.
you're like happily married, dude. The fucking father-in-law is your fucking boss cop. Like,
Very funny
are you
scenes there,
fucking
too.
serious? Hey, is the cam footage gonna be a public? Is you fucking dumbass.
Yeah. The scene where he gets pricked by the needle in his finger,
And just like whacks the dude, punches him.
hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny.
like so funny.
Yeah. Also, good punch. Like the way it's done.
Yeah.
Because a lot of films nowadays, when they do like contact punches and shit like
Yeah,
that,
they're
they
not
have to
too-
do a close-up shot. It's like,
Yeah.
no, that's a full. Damn.
Yeah. It was a good punch.
Good punch. What other characters I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of like,
What about Benedict Wong?
oh, he's so fucking good in this.
I loved getting his perspective. That was
Yeah.
awesome. What a cool character.
Mhm.
And like the scenes of him like running through the street with his eyes like bulging out of his face.
Because he
all
just doesn't
bloody.
blink.
It's
That's
insane.
why. That is so creepy. The fact that his eyes look like that because he just does not blink.
Yeah.
He's running for God knows how long. And to me, like, you could put that on a poster and that people will go to the theaters to see a
Definitely.
movie like that, man. God fucking damn.
Such a unique role from him.
Yeah, really liked it. I liked how it just reveals it like in the middle of how he looks. And you're like, where the fuck does this happen?
Right. You literally see him running up and then for a second I'm like, a dream sequence? She's imagining
You
it.
think.
And then he tackles her.
Yeah. Well, and also both her and Brolin's reaction is so realistic. They don't just fight him right away. He's like stepped back a bit and is like, wait,
Yeah.
hold on. What the fuck's going on? A lot of real scenes from how characters act. The premise might not be real, even though the based on the true story thing was so fucking funny. Especially when you watch the movie. It's so good. It's so good. But the people acting in this movie are realistic.
Yeah. Everybody.
You have
man.
that grounded reality of every single one of these characters. You know exactly what their motivations are, their arcs, and everything like that. It's nice. Honestly, like at first I was kind of negative towards the narration at the beginning, but this does at times feel like a horror story that you tell at a campfire.
Yeah.
Which I get a kid saying it because the way it's told, it's like, oh, the witch came and this and that and, tormented these kids. It's like I could hear a 10-year-old tell the story,
Yeah.
not a grown ass man, And that's where
Definitely.
the mythical, supernatural elements come from this movie, which I really liked as well.
Yeah. And they're reserved with it. They don't do too much narration. It's not
No,
crazy.
beginning and end.
Yeah. Beginning and end.
Makes sense.
Which I'm definitely okay with.
Same. I usually am not. I usually kind of reject narrations, period, in movies, but in this case, I'll let it slide.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, on top of all these good things that we're saying, like the casting, the perfect casting, the incredible performances, the cinematography, the actually well written story,
Yeah.
characters that we care about, there are deeper themes in this movie you
Oh,
were
absolutely.
touching on.
You could definitely explore it when it comes to that.
there's a ton of that, right? Obviously, there's you know themes of what's happened in America with school shootings.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
definitely a theme that's visible here, even though they're not like putting that in your face or they're not like
Mhm.
spelling that out to you. There's definitely just themes of how people deal with grief. Everybody's perspective, they're grieving in their own way. They're trying to figure this out. They have more questions than answers and they're just trying to figure things out, right?
Yeah.
And I love that of just like different ways people deal with grief.
If you're talking about grief, though, the director, Zach Cregger, he even talked about this in interviews from Whitest Kids You Know. His best friend, Trevor Moore, passed away back in 2021. This was the movie that he wanted to make after his passing. And he describes it very honestly, where it's just like, just because you make a movie doesn't mean, it's going to make things go better. But he learned it through the making of this movie. And I really respected the hell out of that because at the same time, it's like, you discover more about yourself when you make a movie.
Yeah.
And not to be preachy or anything, but it's just kind of this beautiful, like, feeling of, like, trying to understand more about yourself, trying to understand the people that you had, unfortunately pass away and stuff, and I do agree. The movie definitely does explore grief in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, and I think him, obviously that's tragic that a close friend of his passed away, but him having that
Mhm.
translates to the screen with the real conversations and emotions
Yeah.
and perspectives that we get in this movie. I think that's why it like works so well and we care so much about these characters
Mhm.
is because it just comes from such a place of realism and that really translates, I think.
Yeah.
And to, they knew it when the script was written. The script started a major bidding war.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa!
Jordan Peele lost the bidding war
Oh, he must have
at
been
Monkey
pissed.
Paw, so they wanted that one,
Oh, fuck.
and they couldn't get it. Ultimately, it went to New Line.
New Line, Warner Brothers. Oh, those guys. Oh, they must be so happy that they got this one in terms
Yeah,
of just like how rich the script is. And that's the thing, like it goes through a lot of those serious moments. But with that all being said, the climax of this movie is a bunch of kids ripping an old lady's body apart.
in such an awesome way.
I was cheering. I was like, I stood up and I
Yeah,
clapped. I was like, yes, fucking yeah.
the ultimate payoff.
When I heard the footsteps,
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready." And I just laughed the entire way to the climax from the kid showing up and running through the glass, catching that old lady, to Josh Brolin yelling, "Matthew, Matthew!" Which, by the way, we didn't explain that my name is Matthew and the kid's name is
right.
Matthew too. Kid had a poster of Mad Max Fury Road, Batman sheets. That's very much me.
Yeah, that's you. That's you coded for sure.
Yeah, very much. But the ending up until him finding his kid full of blood from the old lady,
So good.
and it's perfect because it goes sentimental like that. Like,
Yeah,
okay, end of story. If it had an epilogue where it's like, "Oh, it's very serious," I would have rolled my eyes. You cannot take yourself seriously after that fucking climax.
completely agree.
All you gotta do is say, "Fuck yeah," clap, movie's done.
Absolutely, it managed everything really well,
Yeah,
and
fucking
that's
A.
why I think Weapons is gonna be one of the best movies I'm gonna see this year.
Same.
Definitely the best horror movie I'm gonna see this year. I'm gonna give Weapons a 8.5 out of 10, 4 stars out of 5. What an awesome horror movie. I think we're entering a great time in horror.
In terms of horror, this and Sinners this year are really up there for me. I still gotta watch Bring Her Back. I think that's gonna be in my top 5 too. I'm giving Weapons 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5, another banger. Fucking watch it.
You gotta go see this one. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe to your boys. It means the world to us, and most importantly, don't forget to take care and brush your hair.
Peace.